I agree, Drew. I agree. Let's try that again. Am I still in focus? I have no idea. I can't see that far, apparently. Either my glasses are so dirty or I need a new prescription. If I film this whole thing and we're not in focus, I'm moving into a van. Hello, and welcome to episode 122 of the Once Upon a Corgi podcast. This is a crafty puppy interrupted podcast coming to you from Southern Connecticut. I'm your human host, Gabby, and you can find me everywhere online as Gabbigales and Once Upon a Corgi, and all of my hand-dyed yarn is at onceuponacorgi.com. Do you mind, Sue? All the animals around us today, and they're all mad because I have been working nonstop, so we haven't had a good playtime. Iron's trying to burrow under my bookshelves. It's been, I don't know, 7 years since my last podcast in quarantine times. I think we're in phase 2 still in Connecticut. We might have entered phase 3. I'm not sure. I can't keep up with the press conferences anymore. But I've got pumpkin spice. I'm wearing lipstick for the first time in 10,000 years. I think I have my knitting mojo back. So we're here. We're doing this. It's happening. So let's start off with announce-y thingies. I'm not dead. I'm still here. Just haven't had any knit joe or motivation to podcast or do anything. You know, per quarantine life. But now I think it's back. We felt a fall breeze and now the knitting has returned. We are doing the pumpkin make-along again. My fellow pump queen. What is on my lip? Oh my god. I can't. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. It looks like... I'm not fixing it. I'm not fixing it. Joanna of Stitching the High Notes and I are hosting our 5th annual pumpkin make-along where you make, create, knit, sew, crochet, weave, cross-stitch, whatever, anything pumpkin related, inspired, colored, any of that. Just make pumpkin things. Celebrate pumpkin season because it's here and it's here to stay. Despite the fact that it might be like 80 degrees today. I don't know. It's fine. We are hosting it on Instagram this year instead of Ravelry, just because Ravelry has not been very accessible for everybody, to say it lightly. So we are using the PumpkinMAL 2020 hashtag. Follow that and we will be post to that, and we will be drawing for prizes on that. If you want to donate a prize, feel free to reach out to myself or Joanna. I have cast on a project for it. I didn't know if I was going to this year, but one popped up, so I will talk about that when we get to it. And I think that's it for like newsy things. Before I get into what I've made, I am wearing my Magpie Tendency by Skinanigans Ellie in some magpie fibers. I swear I did not plan that at all. In her Hell's Bells colorway, and then the black is my Nightmares +10 in my ginger base, and this is a merino cashmere nylon, I think. I don't know what the tag is. I bought this yarn so long ago, and I paired it with my Nits for Pirate red floral on black pencil skirt because it's the only thing I wear now. So with that, let's get into finished objects. I have 2 of them, which sounds shocking to me, but it has been like 18 months since I podcasted last. The first one, this is the City Limits by Samantha Guerin design, which you can't really see because it is in Nightshades Fever Dream, which is their red background black, which I'm obsessed with. I mean, all of Nightshades, I want a sweater's quantity of each color at least. I did crop it a little bit more than the pattern calls for, but you know, crop life. So the bottom has this twisted cable-y pattern, which you really cannot see because it's dark and I love it. There it is. And then stockinette and reverse stockinette sleeves. I might try it on. If I try it on right now, I will get lipstick all over the place. So I'll either post a photo or something in editing. We'll see. I make no promises. I do plan on doing some FO. I haven't taken like actual photos of it yet because it's been so hot. I think I finished it right before a heat wave struck Connecticut. But I do have plans to do a finished object photo shoot with it. I love it. I did it the smallest size and I did have to rip it out. I don't know where I was last time I podcasted. I might have just finished the cabling. It is knit bottom up. It's a DK weight. And then she does set-in sleeves. I knit the ribbing to pattern. And what happened, because I wanted it cropped, I don't like sweaters going past my hips. And I have very high hips. Ooh, if I have room, I can back it up. So the first time I had it where I had it end, the ribbing ended. Like I have it end here. So that's the top of my hip. Where I had it end on the body, it hit like mid bust. So it just sort of moo-mooed out in a not flattering way. It didn't even look flattering on Barnaby. And usually Barnaby can pull off anything. So I ripped out basically the entire sweater up until the very top of the chart. And I just cut out the top part of the chart that was basically just like a ribbing pattern and added more stockinette. So now it hits just below the bust, much more flattering, and I can't wait to wear it. I love the sweater. It is washed, it is blocked. Oh, hold on, I think the cat's stuck. Yeah, it is washed, it is blocked, it is ready for fall. I'm ready for it to be fall. I did buy high-waisted pants to wear with it, which that was the first pair of pants I bought in, how long have I been dating Jake? Like 6 years. It's been a long time since I bought pants. They don't really fit me anymore because quarantine lifestyle, and there's no pockets. So I have to make some adjustments to them before I can wear the outfit that I planned. Mostly I want to add pockets to them. I bought them on ThredUp, so there was no like trying on period. That was rant you didn't need to hear. The second finished object I have is another sweater, and this is the Enchanted Forest sweater by Nits with Chocolat, and this is out of my hand-dyed yarn on my Isaac DK. It's 100% superwash polwarth DK weight, and I did the colors Ravishing and Hello Witchling, and I can't even with this. So it is this 2-color twisted stitch cable-y like leaf design. In the yoke, it is a yoked sweater with the kind of like how the Zweig has like the shawl style. It's slouchy. I don't know how to describe this. I love it. It's a circular yoke. It's cozy. I think I actually followed the pattern for this one. I think I'm like 1 centimeter off. I thought I was going to have to crop this a ton, but I forgot that the designer is French. So when it said knit for 12, the next word was centimeters. And I thought she said inches. And I was like, ooh, that's a lot of sweater. But then I reread the pattern like a good person and realized it was 12 centimeters. I think I knit this for 10 and then did the ribbing, but I did a little bit extra ribbing. So I actually knit this to pattern. I did not gauge swatch though, because I'm not that crazy. Yeah, I knit the smallest size again. It does have, I think, 4 or 5 inches of positive ease, which is more than I usually go for, but because it's such a crop sweater and there has the design on it, I don't mind at all. It is very cozy. It does have a very the neck is very high, and I think that helps with the oversize of the chest circumference. So it's fitted up here and it's fitted on the sleeves, so I just don't feel like I'm wearing a tote bag. So yeah, this is done. It is washed. It is blocked. It is living on Barnaby. I also have not taken any FO photos of it or anything because it's been so hot since I finished it. But I adore it so much. Ugh. I am here for the low contrast things. I want all of them. And those are the only things I knit on. I don't remember if I finished all the baby knits the last time I podcasted. If I didn't, I knit a bunch of baby stuff for my friend for her baby shower, which was in June, and she had the baby in July, so he is alive. I just stopped saying it. God, that was a weird sentence. So I have no pictures of the knitwear at all because I didn't take any photos before I sent them over to her. And the couple times that I have seen her, I'm not going to make her go through her baby stuff so I can take photos of the knitwear. But I did knit a cardigan? No. A sweater? 2 sweaters? I knit her a bunch of socks, a pair of leggings, at least 1 sweater, possibly 2. And I think that's it. I do want to knit him another, a little Christmas sweater. I think that'd be super cute. And tiny knits are so easy and so gratifying. We'll see. I don't know. Yeah, so that's what I've knit on. It took me a long time to get through any of those things. I just had no knitting mojo at all. I don't even know what I worked on during knit group most of the time, to be quite honest. I feel like I finished something else and I just completely forgot what it was. That being that, whips? God, I don't remember how to do this at all. This is also the first time I've worn makeup like since I don't know when. So my face feels very weird and I have a stray hair going into my nose. It's fine. I don't know what to do with my hair anymore. Whips. Let's just jump right into it. I have 2, to my knowledge. It's possible there's more out there. I don't know. I haven't gone through my stash yet. So we'll start with the first one. And this is something I have been dying to cast on since February. I've had the yarn caked up since February. So I no longer know where the tags are. But it is Lambstring yarns. I got this at Indie Untangled last year. We did a yarn trade because I would kill for this yarn. It is her Live Deliciously colorway. I think it was her Rhinebeck color from last year. On her Tralala sock. And her colors just speak to my soul if you haven't noticed. And this is the Maema cardigan by Pip and Pin. I knew Pip and Pin would get me back into my knitting mojo because everything she knits, I adore and I want at least 2 of. So I thought this was a good, like, get me back into knitting. And it kind of has. So this is a 1-color brioche textured cardigan. Just, this color, this stitch. I cannot. So it's everything I love. It's Pip and Pin. It's a deep moody red and it's brioche. It's a win-win. I have split for the sleeves. I am alternating skeins as well, like a good indie dyer should. Won't knit a swatch, but I will alternate them skeins. There we go. I am knitting the smallest size. I believe it's still like it's a 36-inch bust, I think. 36 or 34-inch bust. It is an open cardigan, so there's not going to be any buttons. It's not going to come close to closing. I believe. I haven't looked at the pattern in a while. But it's just this textured cardigan. And it's going to be a little bit cropped on me. And then it's got like kind of like poofy sleeves. They're 3/4. And they do the like knit them quite large and then cinch them in at the ribbing, which I'm all about that style right now. I can't wait. I can't wait for this to be done. I'm working on this while I am dyeing. I'm in the middle of dyeing for the advent calendars and Indie Untangled. So the like 5 minutes between each layer, I can sit down and knit a little bit. So I have reserved that for this because I figure it's a little treat while I'm working. I just can't with this color. It's so good. It is on a, again, did not gauge swatch, but I'm knitting them on the recommended US size 4 needles. I don't remember the millimeter, and they have worn off. Have they? 3.5 millimeter needles, and these are my Knit Pro Zings, which I love to death. And it is living in, surprise to nobody, my Matter Ruby bag, because it's the only bag I want to use ever. So that is knit project number 1 right now. This is my daytime work project, and I love it, and I can't wait to wear it. My second cast on is for the PumpkinMAL. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to cast anything on, if I had the motivation, blah, 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 any of that. But I did, and this is the Carved Pullover by Emily Haver. Oh, I love it. I saw this last year during the PumpkinMAL, and then decided I wanted it. Tried to buy yarn for it at Rhinebeck last year, which did not work out. I couldn't find like the right color, but then I found this like deep stash. I don't know if it's going to pick up the colors at all. So it's like this, it's like I keep calling it my knockoff Nightshades. It is my Isaac DK base when it was the non-superwash Polwarth and silk blend. So it is a non-superwash. It was one of those 250 gram skeins that I had when I like first started dyeing. It was, I believe, a red, and then I think I over dyed it with purple and black. So it is black, but as you knit it up, like it's got this little hint of purple and red in it. You can kind of tell. This was in my D-stash pile, and I finally pulled it out. Was like, you know what? This will knit a sweater for me, and maybe some extra. So I'll do that. It will knit a sweater for me easily. And this is a cropped fitted sweater, so I will probably have extra as well. I am knitting the smallest size on the recommended needles, which is 6. Yes, a US 6, 4.0 millimeter. Did not do a gauge swatch, whatever. I think the smallest size is either a 28 or a 30-inch bust, which is right in my wheelhouse. And this does bloom when it blocks, so, you know, it'll grow a smidgen. I am just starting the lace eyelet section of the pumpkin face, and I cannot wait. I mean, it's like a little BB right now. It does not look like anything at all, but I'm enjoying it. I am knitting on this at night while watching Avatar: The Last Airbender for like the second or third time this quarantine, and I am using, I love these. They just Sassafras Nits contacted me and said that she had some Sassafras Knits contacted me on Instagram and said that she had some stitch markers she wanted to send me. And so I told her to surprise me, but look at how gorgeous these are. So I immediately put them all on the same sweater because I have no shame. I will link to her shop in the show notes. Oh, look at this quartz one. It's very much the like foresty witchy vibe, which I am all about right now. Hard. Just hand it over. There it is. Oh. So that is just giving me a little pop of joy while I do endless increase in stockinette rounds on this. I'm hoping I can get through the eyes within the next couple of weeks, depending on when I podcast next. I'm hoping to do next week. Said that last time. And then, you know what, at this rate, I'll see you at Christmas kind of thing. So I'm hoping I can get through the eyes for next week. This is going to go by so fast. I would like it done for Rhinebeck. I don't think I would get that done. By Rhinebeck, I mean sit on my couch and do Indian Tangled stuff and then eat apple cider donuts alone. But if I can call it Rhinebeck still. I'll pretend. I'll just put up a sign. It's fine. But yeah, we're just working on this. I did have to separate the cake. Oops, I tangled it. I did separate this into 2 different cakes because my ball winder does not fit 250 grams of a DK weight, and I'm not alternating because I'm lazy. But I know if it comes out bad, it's not gonna fall at least. Oh, this color though, this color. So yeah, so those are my 2 current works in progress. To my knowledge, if I find more, I will let you know, but I don't think I have any more. We'll see. And this is in my other Matter Root bag, Phases of the Moon, because which will lead me into my future cast-ons. Once I get to, I think today is the mark. I tried to set myself goals on when I can cast on new things because cast-on-itis is happening. But I think I also just want to let myself cast on everything and then let that be a future me problem. So my future makes are just in time for fall, a summer. Oh no, I finished one other thing. Where is it? Hold on. Okay, I found it. I totally forgot I did this. This is the only thing I've posted on anything ever. I also knit the Argil top from Pom Quarterly. I'm forgetting. Clear Lakewood is the one who designed it, and it is knit my first linen. It is knit out of Shibui's Koan base, which is their newest linen and silk base, I believe, in the colorways Bone, which is the white, and Pollen, which is the chartreusey yellowy color. Yeah, these were left over from my friend Sam's Sunglow tee that she designed, which Easter egg? Foreshadowing, that's the word I want. And she asked if I wanted the scraps, and the scraps were just enough to make me, actually plenty enough to make me this tank top. I think I have 1 full skein left over of that. It was my first time at knitting with linen, and I love it. I love this top. This is such a good summer top. I knit the second smallest size because my gauge swatch was way off, and I tried to do the math and then I didn't understand it, so I just cast on anyway, and it worked. So I don't know why I do swatches, because every time I do them I get confused and then don't think I can do it. So I probably could have gone down to the smaller size. But honestly, I really like it. It is loose, it is airy, it is beautiful, and the construction was so interesting. I've never knit anything like that. There's not a ton of seaming. Like there's a couple 3-needle bind offs that you have to do, but it was a little weird. Like the directions were a little confusing at first, but once you kind of like read past them and started knitting it, you could kind of picture what they were saying. Reading it by itself, I was a little confused, but once I started on it, I totally got it. I've worn this thing a ton. 2 of our friends are big boaters, and they bought a brand new boat this year for their quarantine purchase, which was amazing. They live like 4 minutes away from where they dock, so we luckily have been able to go out on the water with them almost every weekend, at least once, and go swimming and hang out and grill. There's a little beach island. We go on the Housatonic. There's a little island not too far from where they dock, so it's a very quick and easy ride, not big gas use kind of thing, and we can dock there and just hang out for the day. So this has been amazing on that. Again, first time knitting with linen, and I loved it. I didn't think I would, but I do. Enough that I bought more linen. So immediately after finishing that, I went out to Knit New Haven, who they're open for limited hours, but they are doing curbside pickup. So if you call, you can order everything over the phone, and then they'll do like a little swap. I don't know if they go out to your car or like just leave it by the door and then you go grab it kind of thing. I went in because I was craving human interaction. So I was only in there for like 10 minutes because I got exactly what I wanted. But I picked up some Quince & Co. Sparrow, which is their 100% linen. Yep, it says on the tag. 100% linen in the penny and chicory colorways to do Sam's Sun Glow Tea. She knit it out of those 2 colors, and then my friend knit it out of chicory and their darkest, not their black, but like the darkest brown they have. It was beautiful. So I decided I was going to shamelessly copy her, but switch it around. Did I? No, I meant to switch it around, and then I panic ordered the wrong yarn, but now I'm not mad. So my plan was to do this as the body, and then this as the lace, or get the darker one that she chose as the lace. But Knit New Haven had 3 of these, so I got chicory for the body, and I'm going to do penny for the middle lace section. And I am super excited about that. I think the lace sections are going to be a good kind of have to pay attention, but not really knit. And then once I get to the body, that'll be really good knit night knit. We're currently meeting on a beach so we can be outside and distance while we do our Tuesday knit groups. I don't know what we're planning to do for fall/winter. I think most of us are like, we're dead set on being outside as long as we can. But once the sun goes down at like 4 o'clock, that's not going to work out because we meet at 7. Now 6. Oh God. Yeah, so that's my plan with these. I'm going to cast this on tonight because it's in my planner and haven't used that all year. So I should start that now. I am very excited. This just like whole color scheme speaks to me. Will I wear it in fall? 100%. Do I wear my knitwear all year round no matter what? Yes. So that is my cast on plan number 1. Cast on plan number 2 is also very fall-y. This is for the Arachne sweater by Caitlin Hunter. Andy Satterland. I tried shopping for this last year at Rhinebeck as well, but nothing really spoke to me. And then the knitting bug hit, and I realized that I have scraps. And then I realized that I don't think I have enough scraps, so I think I have to buy more to make this sweater, but I'm not that mad. So I have 1.5 skeins of my Nightshades left over from my city limits. You know, if I bought that skein at Rhinebeck that I was hemming and hawing over, I wouldn't need to buy it again. That's fine. So the Arachne sweater, I hope I'm putting up a photo somewhere, is the spiderweb yoke. So my plan is I have this leftover skein of fairy saddle from my Pine Creek on the Isaac DK, the old Isaac DK of non-superwash Polwarth and silk. I'm going to dye this a little bit darker. I think I'm going to add another like coppery layer to it. And use it as the contrast color and use my leftover Nightshades in Fever Dream as the body. If I have to order another skein, I'll order another skein. And then maybe a sweater's quantity. So this is my plan for that. It is going to be spoopy and I love it. I would like this done for Halloween at least. If not, I'm going to wear it all year round anyway. I don't care. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Those are my cast on plans at the moment. I do have a ton of other things I want to cast on now, but also I don't know if the sewing bug is back. It's coming back. What is my hair doing? God. Sewing bug has died a little bit and then came back a little bit and then also died. As many of you know, we have the infamous Roe Bleuet, which is now cut out. It's cut out. But I cut it out to my February weight. And, you know, as quarantine goes, I have gained a little bit. So I no longer fit into a lot of the clothes that I made. A lot of the form fitting, like my skirts, I don't comfortably fit into those anymore. So I'm afraid to sew this pattern because I don't know if it's going to fit anymore. I think I'm going to baste it together and see what happens. I know it's, yeah. I'm trying to get back into my like usual routine of pre-quarantine. It's not like I was a fiend of working out or like my diet literally has not changed at all. So I know it's just because I stopped going to the gym because COVID. So I'm just a little put off on trying to sew that because of that. But I do have a bunch of knit fabric that I want to work with. And I want to make a ton of knit skirts. The pencils for pirates. I have so much black velvet and I really want a black velvet knit pencil skirt. And I kind of want to do a romper. I know it's not like fall, but whatever. I don't care. I thought I wanted to do a wrap dress, but I don't think I want to do that anymore. Yeah. Next episode, if I don't have a ton of actual knitting content, I think I'm going to go over my plans for sewing because I have a list growing and I'm starting to pull the fabrics out. So that's a good sign. And worst case scenario, if the Roe Bleuet does not fit to the one that I cut out, I have so much of that fabric left. I'll just cut out a bigger size. It's fine. Yeah, that has been my making. So the rest of this will be mostly beyond crafting. I don't know if I'm going to keep the shop update section in this because right now the shop update is very sporadic because things. So if you're not here for anything besides what I've been making, thank you so much for watching. And if you are, let us continue on. Yeah, shop update stuff, not really happening. I am in the middle of dyeing all the advent calendars and Indie Untangled. I just got all the pre-orders out for the last colorways from last year's advent. I make no promises if I'm going to do that again. I have been dyeing basically only Sarah J. Maas inspired colorways for the past 2 years now. So we are rebranding as Mass Yarns. No, we're not. I swear. I promise. Unless she wants me to. Do you? So yeah, there's not really going to be any shop updates until at least Indie Untangled. But it's just dyeing heavy. My living room looks like a crazy hoarder nest of yarn, and I'm not that mad about it, but I'm running out of bins to put them in. Things are about to get very busy in this house, especially with packing. I don't think the advents are going to go out until after Rhinebeck. I was hoping to get them out beforehand, but we'll get into that in Beyond Crafting. So yeah, shop update stuff. Ta-da! I hope you're ready to cry at your advent because I am. All right, Beyond Crafting, and this is basically what has been keeping me sane during quarantine. Last time it was The Sims and Animal Crossing. My Animal Crossing has dropped hard. And I don't know if that's because I finally got Coco on my island. And I have one other villager that I'm trying to kick off. This dumb jock lion who yells at Pecan. I got Anka and I got Coco and I'm trying to kick out Mott so I can get Lucky, the mummy dog. I already built him a yard. He's got a little gravestone area and like black flowers everywhere. And it's so cute. He's even got his little own reading section towards the back where I'm gonna try and make blue roses. But yeah, that just, it used to be my morning ritual of playing for about an hour where I would do all my chores and then, you know, work on a little section of the island. I started redoing my whole island and then just put. Sims playing has died down a lot, but I have religiously been watching James Turner's Rags to Riches series with his Big Wallet family. So I think I'm on the 5th one where it's the Cats and Dogs expansion. So it's Wags to Riches. Delightful. It is just delightful. I just love Australian people yelling at The Sims. It's the best. Yeah. So after I think the last time I talked to you, I was in a knitting and a reading drought, but both have now been replenished with rains. I All right. Where was I? Thanks, motorcycle. The reading drought has ended. I think last time I podcasted, I was working on The Five by Hallie Rubenhold. I did that for book club. That was the first book we read. I'll put a picture. I'm not going to try and pull it up. That was good. I did enjoy that. It was very hard to talk about because it was just like, wow, Victorian England was not great. Not a great time. But great, but bad. It was bad. The second book I read for book club was The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. That was really good. It's a trilogy, I believe. And I do have every intention of continuing that series. I think we're going to do like a extra book club meeting just about the whole trilogy. Her world building was amazing. The action was quick though. I think that's what, like, it was a lot of build up and then it was over in 2 pages. So she left a lot of little things unanswered, but I don't know if they go back to that in the next couple of books. I'm excited for it. I don't know when I'm going to read it, but it was really good. It was a really good book series. And now we are working on, we're kind of going to like horror. We're starting with mystery, true crime stuff. So we are reading Black Widow by Christopher Brookmeyer. It is a Scottish murder mystery, true crime, not true crime, fiction true crime. That made sense. This is the first time I read anything by him. My friend loves his stuff. This is her entire genre of series. I'm excited to get into it. I do love mystery novels, I think. I did have like a bout of them in like 2014. And I haven't really read them since because I've only read Sarah J. Maas. Yeah, I started this last night. I'm only a couple chapters in, so we're still kind of like developing the story. I'm excited to see how it ends. I don't know. I think I have to like the 26th to read this. I don't think we have a date set for the meeting for this book, which is great because I've been meaning to read it for 3 weeks. And then the library didn't have it, so they had to get it from another library. And then that took like 3 weeks to get in. So my friend gave me her paperback copy. So now I have 2 because I didn't want to cancel the libraries because that would mean Marvin? So also in Beyond Crafting, Jake and I invested in a Roomba, which I have called Marvin the Paranoid Robot, or Marvin the Paranoid Roomba from Hitchhiker's Guide, and he just started vacuuming on his own. So I'm haunted. I don't know if you can hear him. I thought he finished his job. Is he gonna come knock my tripod over? He's a little heavy-handed on things, so he is almost knocked over my plant stand. He tried to climb the cat tower. He did drag an entire stick around the house yesterday. Yeah, I'm gonna... Hold on. Give him a minute. I don't know if you can hear him at all. I don't know if my microphone will pick that up. It's also facing the wrong direction, so we're already off to a great start. So yeah, I am working on Black Widow. I also did put off starting it because I wanted to finish Throne of Glass. I got them in December of last year, and I just finished my Tiny Book series. So last I talked to you, I was working on Tower of Dawn. I finished Tower of Dawn, and in about 3 to 4 days, I finished Kingdom of Ash, which I think was about the same, if not longer than the last time I read it, in my miniature book series. So Tower of Dawn has Kale in Antica Blue, and Kingdom of Ash has Aelin in Arinth Gold, which at night is very hard to read because the pages are very thin. So when her name shows up, it is almost see-through. I cried at least 1,000 times while reading this, per usual, one of which was in the car, and Jake was just a little bit concerned on why I read book series that do that to me, but I love it. I love it. I am currently kind of listening to them at the same time while I dye the advent calendar. Put this way. because it is an 8-book series and we are dying for all 8 books, I'm not listening to each book all the way through. I'm kind of picking and choosing the scenes that I'm dying, which has proven to be a little weird because recently our air conditioning and our washing machine and our dryer have all basically died. So we have had repair people in and out of the apartment for the past couple of weeks. We did lose our AC at the end of the heat wave, so that pushed back a lot of my dying because I couldn't die with the dogs and no air conditioning. But you just gotta walk up the stairs. You did it before. Yeah. So that pushed back that a little bit. And then our washing machine, which I could die during, it was just a little bit weird while I'm wearing like a full mask and people are walking in and out of my house with like just regular surgical masks for safety's sake. And listening to air of fire while 2 men are fixing things in my bathroom, and it just suddenly goes quiet while you just hear he was a full-blooded fey male walk through the door. So that was fun. I did not learn from my mistake and did it again the 2 other times that they were there. Yeah, I'm just glad it was Throne of Glass and not Akashmir, because that could have gotten... I have so many books I want to read now. I have fallen deep down book TikTok, and I have a Google list of like 40 recommendation videos. What I will start as soon as I finish Black Widow is Crescent City. I have said this for the past 800 episodes. It's still right here. She's still here. I even have a photo for Instagram that I took in March about starting this book, and I haven't started the book. The memes are coming out on the internet. I have to read this. I know I need it. There's also so many other things I want to read right now. Like, I just want to sit down and read for days. And this whole job thing is really putting a hindrance on that. Iron, can you please not lick your toes while I'm podcasting? This is my next one, and then I have to negotiate with my bank account on if I can buy all the books that I want to read next, or if I should rent them first. I'll probably rent them first, but I know I'm going to want to keep them. I think one of them is Furyborn. Another one is Green, and it's got to do with witches. There's also a couple on my Kindle, like The Vine Witch. I really want to read that. And Hazel and Absinthe. I think that's what it's called. I really want to read the Shadow and Bone trilogy. I also think I want to reread Six of Crows and the Crooked Kingdom. A friend of mine is reading them, and I found a Spotify playlist for Kaz Brecker, and yes, give me angsty gangster teens with so much trauma, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Fallen down a reading rabbit hole, but I also want to knit so much. Okay, so my camera shut off because it got too hot, and I've completely forgotten where I was. We talked about books and how I just want to read for days on end, so I think I will end it here. Oh, this is gonna be a hot mess. So I thank you so much for watching. Welcome back to anybody who came back, and hello to any new people. I should have done this at the beginning, but quarantine times. Again, you can find me everywhere online as Gabigales, and all my hand-dyed yarn at Once Upon a Corgi and onceuponacorgi.com. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the podcast and the shop, and hopefully we will see you before end times. Goodbye.